This whole situation around Tiny Harris, T.I., and Kandi Burruss has fans shaking their heads, asking what really happened behind closed doors, and wondering if loyalty even exists in the celebrity world anymore. And today, we are walking into that courtroom moment, that breaking point, that scene where everything changed forever. So don't blink, don't look away. Watch till the end. The courtroom was quiet. Not the normal quiet. This was the kind that makes your heart beat louder because every tiny sound feels like thunder. Cameras pointed forward, reporters leaned in, and everyone in the room held their breath. Tiny Harris sat there, hands shaking, eyes full of pain, fighting every emotion in her chest. This was not the glamorous Tiny we see smiling on red carpets, laughing with friends, shining bright beside her husband T.I. No, this was a woman hurt, confused and breaking right in front of the world. Her voice cracked as she whispered just one word. Why? That's it. One word, but it hit like a punch to the chest. One word heavy enough to shake even the strongest heart. And right in front of her sat the man she trusted for years, Clifford T.I. Harris, silent, stiff, face empty, like he wanted to speak but couldn't find the strength. The same man who once promised forever, the same man who once swore nothing would come between them, but promises, sometimes they fall apart. And somewhere behind them sat Kandi Burruss, quiet, calm, face unreadable. Fans froze when they noticed her because everyone knew this wasn't some random moment. This was the type of moment that changes everything. Friendships, marriages, alliances, trust, all of it in one single blow. Her presence alone made the room buzz like a wire ready to snap. Nobody knew who she was thinking, nobody knew whose side she was on, but everybody felt the tension. Stay with me, because this gets deeper. Don't go anywhere. Outside that courtroom, the world was in chaos. Fans refreshing their screens, gossip pages posting every second, TikToks explaining theories, Instagram pages zooming in on every tear, every eye roll, every hand movement. People saying Tiny was betrayed, others saying it was all planned. Some pointing at T.I., some whispering Kandi's name like she was the quiet storm in the back. And the internet? Oh, it exploded. But inside that courtroom, silence ruled. Pain was the loudest sound in the room. You could see Tiny's whole world shaking. Every time she blinked, tears rolled down. She looked tired, drained, like she'd spent nights crying when nobody could see her. Like she'd fought battles in her head over and over. T.I. sat there staring at the table, jaw tight, like he couldn't look at her, because if he did, everything would fall apart. That strong, cool, confident T.I. we know, gone. In his place sat a man who looked like he was carrying the weight of the world on his back. And Kandi? She didn't move, didn't talk, didn't flinch. People whispered, why is she here? What does she know? What role does she play in this? But she just watched. Calm, quiet. Like she'd already seen how the story ends, and she wasn't going to break. Now listen, this wasn't just a courtroom fight. This was a heart cracking open. This was trust collapsing. This was a storm nobody saw coming. Tiny wiped her tears again, lifted her head and whispered, you promised me. Her voice shaking, soft, but sharp enough to cut through steel. Everyone heard it. Everybody felt it. That wasn't just a sentence. It was a heartbreak. And suddenly, rumors flew like fire. Was it about loyalty, money, a private secret, something leaked? Nobody knew. But one thing was clear. Tiny didn't feel protected. And when a woman who trusted you with her entire life no longer feels safe with you, that is worse than any public scandal. That is pain that doesn't go away. Now hold on, because here's where things twist. Reports started spreading about a leaked audio clip, a voice sounding like Kandi saying something that made fans gasp, another voice sounding like T.I. And just like that, theories turned into explosions online, people saying this was betrayal, others saying it was set up, some whispering someone close to the trio was pulling strings, and trust me, you want to hear the end of this, stay until the last second because the twist will blow your mind. T.I. went silent. His team panicked, his studio empty, except for him walking back and forth like a man losing control of his life. Tiny stopped posting. Her circle closed tight. Friends said she was writing everything down like she was solving a puzzle nobody else could see. Imagine the woman you love crying not because she's weak, but because she trusted someone who might have used that trust against her. That hurts deeper than anything. Fans started digging. Old videos, old photos, old moments nobody noticed before suddenly felt like clues. Kandi and T.I. seen in the same place weeks earlier. A quiet conversation at a charity event. Was it business? Friendship? Something else? Nobody knew. But once the internet grabs a theory, it doesn't let go. And then, boom! A late-night blurry screenshot leaked. Kandi and T.I. in a studio, no context, no proof of anything wrong, but the internet does not wait for facts. Fans screamed betrayal, friendship gone, secrets exposed. Kandi went live. Calm voice, steady eyes. She said not everything online is real, that she had nothing to do with this mess, but viewers watched her body language, her pauses, her tone. People judged not just words, but silence. And silence? Sometimes it screams louder than anything. Meanwhile, Tiny, her heart kept breaking. Friends said she was scared to open her phone, scared something new would pop up, scared this wasn't just about love, but maybe something bigger, something planned, something meant to destroy not just a marriage, but an entire legacy. And then came the biggest shock of them all, a mysterious message, a document hinting that maybe, just maybe, someone else was pulling the strings behind all of this? A project, a plan, a show, a setup meant to use real pain for entertainment? Imagine being heartbroken and then finding out someone wanted you to break just for views. That's the type of betrayal nobody recovers from easily. Tiny's voice in a leaked call. They made me look like a fool. T.I.'s voice replying softly, you were never supposed to see that video. Boom. The entire internet froze. What video? What was never supposed to be seen? And who sent it to Tiny? Someone wanted her to see it. Someone wanted the truth out. Someone wanted this empire to fall apart brick by brick. A shadow at the courthouse. A message saying, the truth drops at midnight. Everyone waited. Midnight came. Nothing. No leak. No proof. Just silence. But sometimes silence is louder than anything. Sometimes silence means the storm isn't over. It's getting ready to hit harder. Now here we are. A love story shaken. A friendship questioned. A family tested, a world watching, and one question hanging in the air like smoke. Did T.I. truly betray Tiny, or is someone playing a twisted game? Did Kandi really have a role, or is she just caught in crossfire? Is this heartbreak real, or did someone plan every piece of pain like a movie script? Before we end, take a breath. Ask yourself this: when fame, love, loyalty, and power mix, can anyone really know the truth? Sometimes the real betrayal is not what happened, but who wanted it to look real.
Because listen, we all know King has been moving like he's built for that street life. From the Instagram lives to the I'm really outside talk, he's been trying hard to convince everybody that he's cut from that cloth. But now that jail clip is out, a whole different energy. And baby, the internet wasted no time. People are saying this ain't what you thought it was, and some folks are even calling it a wake-up call because the little swagger, gone. The loud talk, silent. And that look in his eyes, yeah, that wasn't confidence, that was real life hitting hard. But the real shock? It's not just about King, it's how the family is reacting. Because while fans expected T.I. to puff his chest and defend his son like always, this time, oh no. Tip came with strategy. He came with father energy. He came with, I told you about playing grown in a world you ain't ready for. And Tiny? Tiny spoke from the heart. She's been watching this whole street persona unfold. But this clip, it shook her. Mama Bear stepped in and basically said, this isn't funny anymore. This is real, and I want better for my child. And here's where things get serious. Because at the end of the day, that fame, that money, that celebrity family name, none of it matters when those cell doors close. King got a taste of something that millions of young men see every single day, and it humbled him real quick. And let's be very real right here. Parents all around social media are talking, saying this moment might be the best thing that's ever happened to them. Because sometimes you got to see the inside to realize you ain't built for it. Sometimes reality has to slap you harder than the streets ever could. People are saying, King, you got a golden life, talent, resources, a family that loves you, and you're trying to throw it away chasing a struggle you never had. And honestly, they're not wrong. We have seen too many young men try to act hood only to end up living consequences they never wanted. Now, don't get it twisted. Does being born into opportunity mean you don't have your own problems? Of course not. But baby, glamorizing the struggle when millions of kids would do anything to escape it, that's not a game you play. And reality just checked him real fast. T.I. said it best before. You keep playing with the lifestyle gonna play with you. And today, the lifestyle answered back loud and clear. So now the question is this the turning point? Is King about to grow from this and realize he's got too much to lose? Or is this just the beginning of a bigger downfall if he doesn't learn? Let me tell you something. We love to talk about consequences when it's strangers, but when it's our own kids, it hits different. And you could see in Tiny's response, this isn't more than embarrassment. This is fear. A mother afraid her baby thinks being locked up is cute. A father tired of trying to save a child who thinks he knows more than life itself. And maybe, just maybe, this moment will save him. Because going viral for flexing is one thing, but going viral because jail humbled you, that's a reality check bigger than any chain, any car, any social media clout. So King, this world is watching, not to judge you, but to see what you do next. Because you don't have to prove you're tough. You already proved you're loved, supported, and blessed. You just gotta wake up and protect that blessing instead of trying to throw it away for street approval. Comment below. Do you think this will change King? Or is he still going to walk that dangerous line trying to impress the wrong crowd? Let's talk. And here's the thing everybody keeps forgetting. This ain't just King's moment. This is a mirror for so many young folks out here who think street life is a trend, a mixtape lyric, a fashion choice. But when those lights go off and those metal doors close, ain't no Instagram comments, ain't no fan pages, ain't no I'm outside. It's just you and reality. T.I. and Tiny didn't build a legacy for their child to gamble it away trying to fit into a life most people are desperately trying to escape. They clawed their way to success. They lived through struggle so their children didn't have to. But here we are, watching a young man trying to pick up battles that were never meant to be his. And trust me, social media might be laughing, but grown folks feel something different. We see a young man trying to find himself, but he's moving in the wrong direction. And if you've ever raised a stubborn child, you know that sometimes they gotta feel the heat before they believe the fire burns. But let's also be fair. Growth don't happen overnight. Healing ain't instant. And pride can be louder than common sense, especially when you're young, rich, and the world is watching. Right now, T.I. isn't angry. He's disappointed. Tiny isn't upset. She's scared. And King? He's standing at a crossroads. One path leads to greatness, opportunities, generational power. The other? Streets, ego, and consequences that don't care about your last name or your followers. So King, if this moment finds you, hear this. Nobody's rooting for your downfall. We want your glow up. We want your growth. We want your peace. Because you're not the streets, your success, your talent, your legacy. The world already gave you the crown. You just got to decide if you're going to wear it or throw it away, pretending to be something you don't need to be. And to the parents watching, this is a reminder. Even with money, even with fame, even with love, raising kids in today's world is a battlefield. The internet is pulling them, culture is pulling them, pride is pulling them. All we can do is pray, guide, and hope they choose wisdom before consequences choose them. Let's hope this isn't the downfall. Let's hope this is the wake-up call. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Was this moment needed? Do you think King will change after this? And what would you do if this was your child? Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this story is just getting started. And when the next chapter unfolds, you know, I got you. We're praying for growth, protection, and clarity. And until next time, stay blessed, stay aware, and stay out the streets because life is bigger than a reputation.
But listen, just when everyone thought the dust was settling, just when fans were finally breathing again, another bomb dropped. And this one shook the culture even harder. Early the next morning, before sunrise, blogs started posting a single screenshot. 3 words, no names, no explanation. It wasn't loyalty. That was it. And baby, social media went insane. Was it someone close to Tiny? Someone inside T.I.'s circle? A former friend? Or someone from Kandi's camp? Nobody could tell. But those 3 words cut deep. Because everyone knows loyalty is the one thing Tiny always gave without hesitation. Suddenly, celebrities started reacting quietly. No statements, just indirect messages, emojis, cryptic captions. Some posting broken hearts, others posting snake emojis, and a few writing things like, "Fake friends hurt worse than enemies." And then, one star posted, "People switch up when they think you can't expose them." Fans lost it. Was that about Tiny? About T.I.? About Kandi? The comment section turned into a battlefield, people choosing sides like it was a war. And at the center of it all, silence from the 3 people who held the truth. But silence doesn't last forever. Because late that night, a voice note leaked. The kind that sounds like someone recorded it secretly on a phone. A calm voice saying, they didn't think she'd fight back. Now hold on. Fight back? Tiny? The same Tiny people underestimate because she's sweet, soft-spoken, and loyal to the bone? Let me tell you something. Loyal people don't crumble. They rise. And sometimes the quietest person in the room ends up being the one who shakes the entire building. Sources say Tiny hired a private investigator. Someone who doesn't work with Hollywood. Someone with no ties to anyone in the industry. Someone who digs for truth, not headlines. And rumor has it, this person found messages. Messages that weren't supposed to exist. Messages that weren't supposed to see daylight. Messages that make you question motives, trust, friendships, everything. Tiny stopped being the woman crying in a courtroom. She became the woman seeking answers. And T.I.? He felt the shift. People close to him say he started calling late at night, trying to fix things, trying to talk, trying to hold on to what was slipping through his fingers. But here's the thing. Trust, once cracked, doesn't heal easy. Love can survive storms, but betrayal leaves scars that time can't erase. Then, Kandi made a move nobody saw coming. A subtle one. She posted a quote. "Sometimes telling your side isn't protecting your truth. It's protecting someone else." Boom! Fans froze. Every blog reposted it. Fans started arguing harder than ever before. Was she saying she was innocent? Was she saying she kept something quiet to protect someone? Or was she warning the world that she knew more than anyone realized? One thing became crystal clear. This story wasn't just about a marriage or a friendship. It was about power, trust, secrets, and legacy. And right when the internet couldn't breathe anymore, a reporter whispered something that changed the narrative again. A press conference may be coming. Oh, you thought this was over. Oh no, this isn't the end. This is the buildup before the truth hits like lightning. Because when lies start falling apart, the truth shows up loud, unapologetic, and impossible to stop. And now we wait. The next move isn't just a statement. It's not just a post. It's a turning point. Because whatever comes next will show the world whether this was betrayal or a carefully crafted setup designed to break everything real for the sake of power and headlines. So tell me, when the truth finally drops, are you ready? Drop your thoughts below. Comment whose side you're on, Tiny, T.I., or Kandi. And most importantly, Stay locked in, because the next chapter is going to change everything.